What is going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadskii, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. And in today's video, we're going to be going through my teams that I used in order to take on the Chaos difficulty version of V2 COLISEUM Kid. Now, this character, I have to say, this is one of the best COLISEUM units that you will have to farm in One Piece Treasure Cruise. He is so goddamn useful. So first of all, before we get into each of the three stages, I want to discuss this unit very quickly so you guys understand how powerful this character actually is. So, I've already farmed up a little bit of COLISEUM Kid. I've got him rainbowed right now. I still need to get 8 skill ups before he's completely maxed out and finish off his sockets and stuff. But here we have the Eustass Kid, red hairs seeking worst generation. So, he is a Dex striker shooter character at max level at level 99 with max limit break. He has 2,959 HP. 1,525 attack, which obviously I have attack cotton candy, and that's very, very important to give him attack cotton candy, and also 297 recovery, and with his limit break as well, he gains an additional socket, usually starts off with 4 sockets, and with his potential abilities, he has an enrage or a provoked attack boost, giving him an additional 200 attack if you took damage in the previous turn, which is actually insane considering what he does. And then we have the own special charge time reduction. So with this active, when you have him rainbowed, he reduces his cooldown by 11 at the start of the fight. He maxes at 12 turns, meaning that with, at least level 1 cooldown, you'll be able to have this character ready to go on turn 1 of any specific fight. And the reason why you would want to have him to go at the start of a fight is actually quite insane, and it's all got to do with his special ability. Before we get to that, his captain effect will boost striker and shooter character's attack by 2.5 times, and deal 5 times his attack in dex damage to all enemies at the end of each turn. Again, a very, very good effect, which is why, him having as much attack as possible is quite good, because this overall will deal more damage, but because he is only a 2.5 captain, you typically are never going to use this guy as a captain. Now let's get to the important part, because it's just insane. So his cooldown, as I said, goes down to 12 turns with limit break. If you don't limit break him, he's only a 14 turn cooldown, so you have to limit break him, especially because you get access to the actual cooldown reduction, of course. So his special ability will deal random dex damage to all enemies 5 times, reduces the special charge time by 2 turns for strikers and shooter characters, which is insane, allowing you to speed farm a little bit quicker. And if the captain is a striker or a shooter, he deals 350 times his attack in dex damage to all enemies at the end of each turn for 2 turns. Now, this is not including the enrage, but when you activate the special ability, that 350 times his attack, if you have just cotton candy max limit break, 621,000 damage. And that's for 2 turns. So if you add them up together, that's going to be over 1 million damage, 1.2 million damage just with Kid's special alone. And remember, just on top of this, you get cooldown reduction. You actually just deal some damage to the enemies as well. This is quite an insane effect that Kid actually gets. Now, on top of this, as a subunit, he boosts Striker's base attack by 30, and he boosts Dex character's base stats by 20. So the good thing about this is because he gets both of these, so he gains an additional 50 attack, which does add on to his already withstanding 1725. Just this character is bonkers, and he's going to enable you to speed farm things a lot easier, not only because of the cooldown reduction, but just because he'll wave clear enemies so quickly. If you guys are familiar with Legend Hody Jones, he enables you to speed farm really quickly with his AoE damage and reducing cooldowns, and this only helps with that. So this character is definitely a must max character and must limit break him in order to get this Kid to his best potential to use him in One Piece Treasure Cruise. But now we've talked about Kid, let's go ahead and break down all 3 stages of the COLISEUM Kid on the Chaos difficulty version. So round number 1 is going to be against Urouge, but on stage 4 we have Caribou, who has a 2-hit Great Barrier with 350,000 HP, and Coribou, who has a 2-hit Good Barrier and only has 230,000 HP. The thing here is that they make perfects easy to hit, but they also blind you, so getting through their barriers actually can be quite tedious. And the thing with this dungeon is you have to make sure you kill both of them in 1 turn, because if you don't, if you defeat Caribou first, you're going to get all of your character specials sealed for 5 turns, but if you defeat Coribou first, you're going to get 5 turns of attack down. So this particular stage could be quite annoying, but as long as you are killing them both in 1 turn, you aren't going to have too many issues. Now, Urouge has 4 4 million HP, but if you go ahead and use any specific skill that damages him, he will blow away 2 of your characters. So do not use any special that does damage to him. Other than that, he actually doesn't really do that much. Just don't get him below 30% HP, otherwise he does a lot of damage to you. And as long as you have someone to change the block orbs you get given into some matching orbs, you're going to have a very easy time taking down this stage 1 Urouge. So round number 2 is going to be against Basil Hawkins. Now on this specific stage, on stage 4, you're going to have Bonnie and you're going to have Capone. Now Bonnie will continuously give you recovery orbs like every single turn, and the thing is with Capone, right, whenever Capone stays alive, the first turn he will actually go ahead and make the meat orbs count as negative for 3 turns. So you typically want to try and take down both of them at the same time here, otherwise you'll get differing effects depending on if you kill someone before someone else. So the ideal situation is to kill both of them in a single turn. Now Basil Hawkins has a 4-turn resilience buff, and he also will have a damage reduction, a rainbow shield for 2 turns. So having someone to remove that, like Raid Barto to remove the resilience, is going to make this fight so easy. And you want to beat him before that 4th turn, otherwise he will apply a 500,000 damage barrier for 3 turns. So you want to try and bring a unit that can remove that resilience. He only has 3 million HP, so he shouldn't be too difficult to take down, and he doesn't have any special interrupts either. So Hawkins, once you get to him, should be relatively easy. And now we've finally made it to COLISEUM Kid. Now on stage 3 you have Heat and you have Wire here. Now Heat has about 900,000 HP, Wire has 1 million HP, and the thing is, after the first turn you have your orbs fully locked for 3 turns, and Heat gives you all strength orbs. Then on the turn after that, he gives you a full board of quick orbs. So that's actually quite nice to know that they give you a full board of orbs here. Depending on what captain you have, you can actually have them treated as beneficial, like if you have Katakuri here, or if you have someone like V2 Kuzan, or if you have someone like Lucy, you know, you can get those matching orbs and stuff. However, once again, this is a situation where you want to try and take them both out at the same time, otherwise the one that survives will give you a pretty annoying specific effect that you have to actually try and get around. This stage can also be quite annoying, where we have Killer, who has 1.8 million, and Kid, who has 2.2 million HP. Now, the thing is they paralyze your whole crew for 4 turns, and they have a 3-turn damage limiter, so you can bring units to get rid of that. However, for my specific team, the way that it's structured, I want to try and just tank all the hits, and then I can heal with Marco to make this team work. Now, when any of these characters get below 20%, they do a lot of damage to your team, so do not get them below 20%, unless if you have some other way to deal with that, because that can be quite difficult to get around. But every 2 turns, basically, you're going to get your health cut by a killer, so make sure that, you know, once again, you don't leave one alive and then kill the other one. You want to try and kill them both in the same turn to make sure that you don't get any specific debuffs on your crew. But once you do struggle all your way through to the stage 5 Kid, he then will go ahead and be quite annoying as well. So the final boss Kid on stage 5 has 4 million HP, and he attacks every 2 turns for 12,000 damage. Now the thing about this Kid is he's not actually a dex character, even though he is a dex unit. He changes his typing into a strength unit, and he will give you an attack power down, so attack down for 2 turns, and he makes your recovery invalid for 16 turns. So you will not be able to heal, and you will have to definitely bring an attack down reducer. After the first turn of attacks, and then every 2 turns, he will go ahead and special bind your top row for 2 turns, and then on the second turn, and then every second turn after that, he will do a specific health cut to your crew. One thing to note is to not get him below 50%, because all orbs will be counted as negative for your entire crew for 3 turns, and below 20%, he does 200,000 damage to your team. Now, when you actually kill Kid, he's going to revive at 100% of his full HP and have a 1-hit perfect barrier for 1 turn. Now, just to reiterate, just with this team specifically, you don't actually have to activate Robin on the turn 1. You can actually wait for the revive, and then you can use your Robin special. You will be able to kill with the Croc Captain, and it makes this specific team a little bit easier. Just thought I'd want to point that out. But that has been the teams that I've used to take down COLISEUM Kid. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you guys have, make sure to smack the like button down below. And if you want to stay up to date with all of the content I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But other than that, guys, I will see you guys within the next video.